Hello everybody, welcome to English 101. This week we will be learning about what is plot. What is plot, you ask? Plot is the literary element that describes how fictional stories are usually organized. It is the sequence of events in a novel, play, movie, or similar work that you may either see or read. Using Freytag's plot pyramid, we will explore and discuss the different parts that plot consists of, beginning with exposition, rising action, the climax, falling action, and 5, resolution, the conclusion of it. 1. Exposition. The exposition is the part of the story that introduces important background information to the audience, such as setting, climate, character details about the protagonist and the antagonist, and most importantly, the conflict, the issue at hand. Think of it as setting the base to the story that you're going to be reading about. Conflict. It's important to understand that conflict is what drives everything, what moves it forward. Conflict is the dramatic struggle between two forces in the story. Without conflict, there is no plot. And within stories, there are different types of conflict. External conflict, which is character versus character, character versus nature, character versus society, and an internal conflict, character versus the self, versus their mind. Using the example of the 3 little pigs, here you see the wolf versus the pigs. So that is an example of external conflict, character versus character. We move on to number 2, rising action. In rising action, you are going to see the series of events that build towards the point of the greatest interest in the story. The plot relies on rising action as it sets up the climax. Example: the big bad wolf begins to blow the houses down until he reaches to, we all know, the brick house, where he finds himself in a little bit of a trouble. Number 3. Climax. Climax is the pinnacle of the story, and everything has led up to this moment. This is the turning point, when the focus switches from the problem to the possible solution. And again, using the 3 little pigs as the example, the 3 little pigs have seemed to be cornered by the wolf, left with only the hair on their chinny chin chin. But just as all hope seems to be lost, they get an idea. And what is that idea, you ask? To boil him up. Now there's one solution to their problem, of course, permanent, if you will. 4. In falling actions. Literally, the wolf fell into the hot pot of water. In falling actions, the turning point when the focus switches from the problem to the solution, with the actions of carrying out the solution. The falling action may contain a moment of final suspense, in which the final outcome of the conflict is in doubt. Here we have falling action. From climax, you're in this moment of held suspense. The question would be, did the wolf boil through? The answer would be, you bet he did. Which leads us to resolution. Resolution. The conclusion where the problem is solved or determined unsolvable. Dun dun dun, all is done, or left in suspense. Most often in fiction, you will be resolved. It'll be a conclusion, it'll be the end. They will have lived all happily ever after. With the wolf gone, they could now, again, live happily ever after. And now it's your turn. Please come to class prepared with questions on the material that was just presented to you. I will call on you, and I will expect some kind of question on what you have doubts on or what you have questions on, any of the above. And using the handouts that you will be receiving in the next class period, please read the short story and fill in the blank diagram of Freytag's pyramid, similar to the one you saw on this video. And lastly, this assignment is for credit, so please ask questions if there is something you do not understand. I cannot stress it enough. Please either ask them in class or you may email them to me. Thanks for watching and see you all in class.